Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Erlengrat. And then do so. So that's what I will do. I will take this to the supermarket in a minute. I can get through the corner of the field right there. I'm going to go in that direction. Before I do that though, I will run this down and unload those potatoes. And then as soon as we've done that, we will take the corn over to the supermarket and bring that trailer back. Then we can go and actually get the planting job underway. We've got more harvest. Like, I'm trying to keep everything running and then sort of slowly start up additional jobs as I keep everything running. It's obviously not as easy as you would think it would be. Although many of you may not actually think that it is an easy thing to go and do. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. It really isn't. We're going to have a lot of planting jobs to do after we've done all of our harvesting jobs. And now that we've got our own seed drill, we will be able to do a lot of them with our own seed drill, which is absolutely fantastic. So let's just move you off out of the way there a minute. That should be... No, that's not going to be any good leaving it there. Yeah, leaving it over too far means that when it comes back through, it recognizes it, and so then the tractor stops and puts the spout out for it, and then stops working. We don't really want to do that. So instead, you know what? Let's get this job actually started, because it's not like I need to do very much to prepare for it at all. I'm just going to do one pass along here. It's such a small tractor and small drill that I don't think we need to do any prep work here. I think all I need to do is just have that one down to the end there. Lining up just on this edge of the field right here is going to be more than enough. So if I set that one going there... I don't believe there's anything else I'm going to need to worry about. So I can just leave that one going now. And then I can jump up to this one. And we will go out the corner of the field just here, where there is a gap. Like that. And then we'll go up this side. We'll go across the river and we'll run down into town that way rather than going... Because I think going the other direction is actually going to be a longer route round. And I'd rather try to avoid doing the long way round if we can. So we come up here and then we go back across the river again. And we're straight into the middle of town. Potatoes... Yeah, maybe we should get that sugar beet job going. We can get that one underway. That's another job that we're busy working through. I'm not going to store potatoes or sugar beet or anything anywhere. They've removed the Felsbrunn grain mill from the jobs list completely now. Like, we were saying that it was a bit of a jolly nuisance having that one. I wasn't expecting them to completely remove it from the list, though. Right, I want to go this way. The supermarket's down over here. So yeah, I wasn't actually expecting... There goes the road sign. I wasn't expecting them to completely remove it from the list. I was expecting them to keep... have the jobs there occasionally. But they obviously decided that the way the mechanics worked, it would be better if they got rid of it completely. What I don't understand is why the arrows in this place are in such a way as to make it difficult for the... for a delivery coming in for unloading, you need to come in... You don't want to come in that way. You want to come in this side over here so that you're up and then you can reverse straight in onto the bay. Like, doing it this way... Oh, wait a minute. Let's just double check that it is definitely the supermarket for this one. Harvesting, potatoes, supermarket, corn, Right, it is the supermarket. And it's the supermarket for both of them. So definitely do want to bring the product here and not anywhere else. Always good to check these things. Bit embarrassing if you go and deliver it to the wrong spot, isn't it? Okay, 55% transported for field 11. Now, hopefully, we won't need to transport anything else until we have got the harvest complete over there. And then, once the harvest is complete, the remainder of the crop can be brought up to the supermarket and we unload a bit, and then the rest is pure profit going into our bank account. That is the bit, that is the aim. That is the bit that we're after, is the profit. Large amounts of profit. Stoking up our bank account, because there is the distinct possibility that we may need plenty of that in order to go and buy ourselves a biogas plant. I really, really hope that that is nothing more than a vicious rumor. If it is not a vicious rumor and it is actually the case, we need to have a look. We need to know. We're going to have to actually stop and have a look in a second and see exactly how much money we're going to have to accumulate in order to be able to get it. I am concerned. I'm not going to lie, I am concerned. And I told you the potatoes there, down there, I was wondering about this, whether or not they would do something as daft as that. I mean, as they have decided to go and do it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive down here. See, he's coming up like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn round behind it right there like that, and I'm going to unload the bit that's on here. And then once we have taken everything out of this one, I know the combine's going to stop in a minute now, isn't it? There, so that trailer's completely full. And I'll take the rest into this trailer here. I'm then going to drive this tractor right down to the other end of the field. Park it up down there. And then the potato harvester, once it reaches the other end of the field, I'm going to start it working on the other side of the field now. We've got a decent strip down the side of the field. I just wanted to like move it in from the edge so that it's away from everything else, so that we can park vehicles along the edge without them getting in the way of tractors or anything like that. So if I bring this one here and stop it right there like that, we'll ignore you for a minute and we'll ignore all of those. I want to go to this bad boy right here, and I want to go and get that cotton. There he is, he's over there. We'll go and unload that one, and once I get to the end of this row right here, I'm going to set the standard hired help driving this combine, and we're just going to start moving up and down from this section right here. And I tell you what, we're not going to have as much as we had in the trailer the first time round. I don't think we will. I know I've just taken 8,000 litres off, but I think that's going to be about it, really. We're not going to get a lot more out of this field. Let's move you forward a bit more, like that. And then if I switch over to this one, I'll turn that off, and I'll switch that off as well. Let me just sit there a second and go to you. So I want this one to start heading down the field on the other side. So if I turn off the hired help there a second, I'll move over. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put the spout out here. So I need to bring it out a bit further, just to stick these few potatoes that I got on board into that trailer there. Like that. Right, I'll dump that lot in there. There's only 2,000 litres of them. It's not a great deal. There we go. And that one can go back in. And then I want to bring this down this side. Now, this is, again, it sticks out a little bit, but it sticks out down the other side. So what I want to do here is I actually want to have that one out as far as I can possibly get it, which is kind of there, but still be able to actually do something with the crop. So it's just skimming the very edge of it. My concern is that tree down there. I don't think that's going to be a problem. But are we going to end up with like a chunk of the field, like a little slice of the field all the way down the other end? I don't know. Let's not worry about that one. I want to go to you next. Put the spout away. Bring this up here, and then I'm going to start that one. And then just bring it down here like this, and press H. Off you go. So that one is now just going to be standard hired help working through there. That'll be fine. You here, I knew that tree was going to cause an issue, but fortunately it has carried right on past it and has not been overly concerned about it, which is good. He's going pretty... Why are you going so slow? Are you normally this slow? Maybe he is. So there, he's gone a little bit wider. We have actually got room to go a bit wider still, so we might be alright to gather everything up on the field here. And then he's going to have a... Like, he's going to take out another couple of pieces coming down through... Yeah, we're going to have plenty of room there. Once he's done this outside slice, there's going to be plenty of room. And there's just enough room for him to sort of run down through here. Now, my habit of going through and ploughing right out to the very edges whenever I get a new field, it wouldn't help this situation, would it? It definitely wouldn't make this any easier to deal with. Now, this is the bit that I was wondering about, is whether or not it's going to go right. It's not at all. It's leaving it. No, it's not. It's actually picking it all up. Genuinely didn't think that it would be able to reach right the way over to the left-hand side there and pick all of that up. But it is. It's getting a whole lot in there. It's doing every single little bit of it. I mean, it's stopping the traffic as well, but, you know, that's kind of just something to be expected, I guess. Right, it's doing his turning round. But I'm not quite sure what it's actually doing, because it is reversing all the way up across the field by the look of it. It's doing that stupid reversing thing where it goes across the entire field rather than just turning round where it is, which really, really irritates me. I don't know why it has to do that. It doesn't need to reverse that far. We know it doesn't need to reverse that far, but what it'll do is it'll reverse all the way around the other end of the field, turn round and then say, oh, I haven't got any field left now. I need to give up and go home. It does it every time. Okay, off you go. We will send that one down there. That is actually... Could probably go a little bit further over, but I'm not going to make it. I'm just going to let it run there. And that should gather everything up. Okay, so that one's working. This one over here is doing a great job as well. We have got... you in here. You are working as well. I don't need to do anything with that one, which means that I am now in a position where I can go and get another job. So we've got a fertilizer job. I'm not going to take the fertilizer jobs at the moment. We will do that with our other tractor. We've got a cultivator job right there. Could do with actually having a cultivator. That'll make life easier. That's on field 18 up there, the one that we already harvested. So we've got, it's that one there, field 16. Which is... Oh, I thought it was that one, but it's not. It's this one down here. So field 16 will be... That's not ready to harvest yet, field 16. Field 13. But field 16 is that one down there. That one needs to go to the grain mill, which is actually pretty good, because that's just up to here. Like, we got a... There's a nice... And it's a straight run through there. So we'll take that job now. That one, we've got a nice big harvester on that one as well. We're going to borrow items for this one. It's going to get us 15,000 euros just for the job itself. That's brilliant. That is absolutely fantastic. A lovely quantity of money. You are still working well. Just want to make sure that it does turn round properly at the other end of the field. I'm just going to hope that it does. In here, we have got a Valtra with the same trailer that we had on the other one. And then we've got our beautiful new Roper Panther. Right, I don't want that. I want to... Is it just Y? Nope. Control Y. There we go. That's what I want. You have the four-wheel steering, plus it also articulates in the middle as well. So you get a really, really good twist bend on the machine. It's fantastic. There's a lot of... Now, this one here... You can actually fold up the header, but the problem with folding up the header is that it does that. It's not so easy to see what you're doing when you're driving along if you got that thing stuck. I mean, yeah, you do that because then you go and put it on a header trailer so you can carry it around. But we don't want to do that, so we're going to be driving along with the thing. as we're going to be driving along the road with the thing, we got to have it out in front of us like this. So we will put that one out there. We will go whizzing out here onto the main road. He has got a lovely speed that he can go down. I mean, these machines are quite something. It would be why they're so expensive. I mean, let's be honest. These machines are not the cheapest to run, are they? They're not the cheapest to run. Well, not the cheapest to run or the cheapest to buy either. They are very, very, very expensive. And there is a reason for that. They are very, very good. I mean, they're also monstrously huge. And I imagine the cost of building one of these is astronomical. And they still got to make a profit on top of it as well. Otherwise, you know, there wouldn't be any financial point. There's no financial incentive to doing anything if you're not going to be making the profit from it. So that the company wouldn't be making these machines unless they could actually spin a profit from it. So you've got to keep that in mind as well. They're not saints. These companies all need to improve the financial situation that they, whatever they find themselves in. Let's go on up this way, and we're going to... I'm going to start off by doing a couple of passes on this end of the field. I'm not actually going to need to do very much on this end of the field. Some, admittedly, but not a huge amount. So let's just bring that one back in there like that. And, okay, AI vehicle. Don't need to do anything with that. Oh, of course, I've got to... That's crab steering again. And then that's straight in there. So now if I have a look, it will give me this. It doesn't like you having it in an alternative steering mode. It'll then go and put itself into an alternative steering mode. So if I start that up, he will put himself into an alternative steering mode once he's gone through and started off this field. So we'll do a few passes along the top end of the field. As I said, we were going to do 2, but because it narrows down over that end, I might do a few more than that. And there's a tree down there, which is potentially going to cause us a bit of a headache. The potatoes have stopped. The corn over there, he's just about ready to stop as well. Let me go and get this one. Right. You got to go to the supermarket. It'd be easier to go out onto the roundabout there, I think, for the supermarket run. We'll deal with that in a minute. I'm just wondering if I should take this lot straight to the supermarket now. I might do that. Once I've unloaded this bit here, I might take this first load straight down to the supermarket and unload it. Yeah, you're doing great. And I've got that fertilizer there. I could go and take the fertilizer job. I need to get you down to field 16. I also want to have a look at field 16. Is he going? No, he's not going to. That's a... I did wonder if he was going to do that. He went to the other end of it, alright, but he didn't want to go... because of the tree, he didn't like it. Okay, that's fine. I want to go over here. No, this one is blocked because of this one. I can't just leave this one by the side of the field either. So what I'm going to need to do is this one's got to go to the supermarket. So whether I take it right now or I get the other... No, I'll take this one right now. I'll take this to the supermarket. We'll unload these potatoes and then we can come back again, and that's when we will get the machine over for the other job. The corn is empty. Sorry, not empty. The corn is full right now, so I've got to go and do that. One thing I think is a bit of a shame with this map is that the track that just there on our left that goes up between the two fields of 18 and 20, I think it is a shame that field 19's big long field. I think it would have been better if there had been 2 fields there rather than 3 and the track had gone right between them, because then we could use it as a shortcut into town. As it is, we've got to dip down here and then run up through, which takes slightly longer. which is a bit frustrating, but there's not a lot that we can do about that. So as I've got a number of tractors that I got to drive along the roads in order to keep things moving, I'm not going to worry too much about keeping the combine, like going and unloading the combine and then jumping back. I'm not going to like keep hopping and skipping between them. I'm just going to take this one here. I'm going to run this one to the supermarket, unload, and get it back to the field. Then I will do the corn. Then I will get the trailer down for the sugar beet, and then we can see about whatever the next step might be that we want to take care of. The corn, actually, one more load with that one, and that will be finished. So what I want to do here, I'm reckoning if I press U right there, and then I go there and I press U again, pretty certain that I've just set both those trailers to unload off to the left-hand, there we go, both unloading on the left-hand side. So we've got that bit nice and simple. Once I've tipped this trailer out, we will just, like, it said the supermarket. I know it said the supermarket, but I'm still nervous. I'm always nervous about this. So there we go. We've done 10% transported with one full trailer load. I've got the second trailer load back there, which is not going to be quite 10% because that one's not full. That one's 3/4. While that one's tipping then, I know I said that I was going to leave them, but now I'm going to do it this way instead. I'm going to bring this one over here. And because the combine is I didn't think it would actually get all the way around and just stick out like that, but I did just want to take a quick look. What we can do is if I just, because it's now standard hired help, he's not going to go anywhere. So all I got to do is just park that one underneath it like that, and then I can leave it. And then I can go over to you and start you up. So we've now got the first load of potatoes delivered. We'll run this back to the field. The sugar beet is on 51% so far in the tank. I'm going to go back this way. We'll then be able to get the tractor and trailer for the sugar beet down to the field before, hopefully, the sugar beet machine actually needs it. Keeping the sugar beet harvester running is going to be fairly simple. We don't have very far to drag that, which I'm quite grateful for. We've only got to take it to the mill. Like, if we had to take it over to the supermarket, it's a little bit further to run. I don't like having to do the really long runs up and down the map. It gets a little bit tedious after a while. It's much simpler if we can avoid doing things like that, if at all possible. The sugar beet harvester is currently turning round. Is that tree down that end going to be causing us any problems? The big, ever-important question, is the tree down there still causing problems, or have we now learned how to drive around the tree? It's always a bit of a mystery. Are the workers capable of figuring out how to get around a tree? This dude here is now actually able to turn his rig round on the field. Contract on field 6 is finished. That's the planting job. It's not up here. This one here, yeah. There is a lot of room required to be able to turn the potato harvesting rig around in a circle. There is a lot of room required for that. This one here, if I bring it out a little bit, there, like that, it's got that little tiny bit. There shouldn't be any overlap, so that should be the final pass down through the field now. Right, you keep going then. And you next. You're the next one. We will take you down to that sugar beet harvester. We're probably ready to start running up and down the field. The only thing I'm wondering about is whether at the other end of the field, what the situation is down there, because if at the other end of the field there's too much of a bank, we will need to take some of that, like do a few passes on that end of the field as well, just to remove the bank, because the harvester isn't going to be able to go up the steep bank and then back down into the field. It's going to really struggle with that. So I'd rather that it didn't have to do it. Right, Helper D has completed their task. Helper F has a nearly full grain tank. That's the sugar beet on the grain tank. Helper J is a nearly full tank. That's the potatoes. We'll let the potatoes fill up. This is what we were doing last time. We let them fill right up. So it's 10,000 litres in the potato tank. And then we unload into the trailer. Now, it takes 42,000 litres in total. So we just put 4 full loads in there, and we'll run it then with 40,000 litres instead of trying to get the 42. It's just a lot easier. Okay, so I'll bring it to there, and I'm gonna stop you here like this. And we're gonna run down to the end of the field very quickly. We've got 30,000 litres in here. One of the loads off of this one is about enough to fill up our trailer that we've got. And down here, so there is a bit of a slope. The slope that we've got here, kind of wondering whether I should just... You know, I think we're probably going to be alright with this. So I'm just going to spin you right round here. I suppose we could always do one pass manually just to give us a little bit extra on this. So we'll do that a second. Let me start that one up and run it along here. I'm not going to be able to get all the way along the fields, but I can get some of the way along. How much am I actually going to be able to do? 28,000. No, we might be able to get a fair way. It's 29,000 there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and full. Right, 10,000 litres to go. On a little bit further. There we go. So that one is full. Let me just put that spout out there. And this is the problem with... Oops. This is the problem with the sugar beet harvester, is the way that it unloads. You can't set the spout higher, because as soon as the hired help takes over, it knocks it, and it basically triggers it to drop down a little bit lower, and that's always been a bit, but that is a known issue with it. That's something that is known. Like that there, you can set that one to be much higher than that if you want to. So if we go into here, you can set it up like that, and you can sort of move it around like that. But then once you start harvesting again, once you start moving, it will change that. See, I can bring that one up, and I've got there. It's up in the air. It's quite good there. I start up again. Is it when the hired help starts up again? I think it's when the hired help is using it. That's when the trouble really starts. But it was flicking out, and it was... I didn't see a response from Giants on that one. I did see it flagged up on the forums as an issue, but there was no response on it from Giants. Like, a lot of it was in the bugs thing. Right, that's going to just lift that one up out of the way now. And then when it puts it down, it won't put it into the correct spot. It'll put it back down to the original. Like, the way that it flicked out, whether it was the potato harvester, maybe, rather than this one. It could, actually, I think it may have been the potato harvester rather than the sugar beet harvester, now that I think about it. But anyway, it was there. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.